my culture. It's a late night show like Conan. Bitch, the party ain't over. Go ham in here and grab your friend by the hand. Let me know, is you down? Body like playmate of the year. I might make that play of the year. I already know that we don't play fair, but I think that you and your girl should give me some of that. We stand out till the sun up, twisted and burn up. Can't nobody stop us. We gon' delirious. Out till the sun up, twisted and burn up. Can't nobody stop us. We gon' delirious. La 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 la. Give me some of that. Give me some of that. Give me some of that. We gon' delirious. La 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 la. Come and take a ride, stay up all night, okay? We on sunset until the sun up. I got my goals here, so don't you run up. It could get ugly. Think I need a wingman. I'm straight from California, smelling like a weed man. La 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 la. I got to lots up, so go and take a hit, dip, drip, one sip from the fifth. I ain't seen none, girl, plead the fifth. Make your man cease to exist. All this money don't make no sense. You scared? Give me some of that. Out till the sun up, twisted and burn up. Can't nobody stop us. We gon' delirious. Out till the sun.
Oh my god.
Hello, everyone. I'm May. I'm joined today here by Nat, and we're super excited to welcome you into this match. Today, we're going to have Team Zatch, which is Lysotroph, Pixfumi, and Doug, playing versus Mate Gang, which is Antu, FedEx Cool, and Daffarade. And our version order for this round is going to be 1.16, 1.7, and then 1.14. Nat, do you have any predictions for this match?
I don't know. I feel like I don't know Mate Gang as runners well enough to have like accurate predictions. Like I know them, but I don't know them super well. But I do know that Pix and Doug are very strong runners. Obviously, Doug is currently the world record holder. So it's definitely going to be a good match no matter what happens.
Yeah, I agree. I'm super excited for this match, and I think these are two quite evenly matched teams. If I had to choose one that was slightly ahead, I'd say that my money would be on Team Zatch, but I really do think it can go either way based on how these runners play.
Yeah.
So it looks like as we're getting into this first 1.16 seed, we're just seeing basic shipwreck, and there are no trees on the starter island, so they might struggle a little bit to get wood here.
Yeah, we might see some wood though in the nether once they enter. They should have enough here with this shipwreck to at least get basic tools and boat and doors.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like there's plenty of iron in the shipwreck, so they should be able to make all iron tools, which is always really nice.
Yeah. May, what bastion do you think it's going to be today?
On this seed, the seed is giving me treasure vibes. I'm gonna be honest.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts?
I guess treasure the last match that I commentated and I was wrong. I'm gonna say I'm thinking maybe a bridge.
Okay. You know, I feel like seeds with like bridge vibes and treasure vibes are very similar. Like the vibes are similar, you know?
I agree. That would makes no sense, but it is. I agree. And we are going to see an enter from N2 here first. Very quick nether entry here. It's going to be sub 2 for him.
And Lyso should be entering pretty soon after because she does spy this magma ravine, so there won't be too big of a disparity getting into the nether. Do you see what bastion it is?
I can see the bastion, and I can see the fortress too, but I can't tell what type of bastion it is.
I can't tell either. The bitrate is
too
like
far away.
I don't think either of us were right though.
No, I think this might be a
I
Stables.
think we're both wrong. Oh yeah, okay, it's Stables. Gosh darn it.
Dang.
Wrong.
Always Stables. Ugh. I lost my streak, and now I'm just
You have a streak?
missing all of them.
What was your streak?
I went 4 for 4.
Are you kidding me? That's crazy.
Yeah, I was doing great, and then it all got ruined.
The seed is just ruining everything for us.
So
looks like Antu is setting up to do a gap route here. And Lysotroph is entering the bastion at around the same time, so I think she made up a little time on that terrain nav.
And it looks like she's gonna run good gap as well.
It doesn't look like Antu got that many pigs. Oh, like 3 pigs.
Yeah, I wonder. Oh, okay, there they come.
Okay, there we go. I was like kind of concerned.
Yeah, but that can be sometimes the problem with stables, is that it can get overridden by terrain a lot more easily. So you sometimes end up with hallways getting blocked off, which is I wonder what happened a little bit here for Antu's pigs.
That's interesting. I hadn't heard about that before, but it does make a lot of sense. And these runners are actually literally doing the exact same thing at the exact same time. So I think the only difference is that Lysotroph did loot one of the chests in the bastion. I don't think Antu has yet, so she has a little bit of obby, and I don't think he does.
Yeah. We should see Antu going for some of those chests, though. We've been pretty much seeing a consistent attempt to force 20 obby in these seeds because calculated has just been proven to be so much faster for all of these runners.
What are your thoughts on, in a tournament like this, going for gap routes versus triple chest routes?
I think that, it's still similar to RSG. Play what makes the most sense depending on what part of the bastion you spawn into, what makes the most efficient running. Like, really trying to force one thing over the other is usually not the best idea. And yeah, I think for the most part, playing it as you would in RSG.
I absolutely agree. I think the only slight difference from RSG, as you said, would be in this tournament, they're not going to want to blind because that could put them easily a lot farther away from the stronghold. So taking a gap route, getting the extra gold, and trying to force 20 obby might be a slightly better strategy in the tournament, but I really think either would be fine depending on the situation.
And we do see Lysotroph is out of the bastion here, and so is Antu, so very, very close pace. Good neck proximity.
No.
Don't
bring that back, Nat. Please let it die.
But it's so funny. I don't see how many obby either of these runners have, so we'll see. But this is a very easy seed to do home portal calculated on, so I think that if they don't have 20 obby, doing home portal calculated would be the play here.
Yeah, absolutely. And since these blaze spawners are really close to the bastion, they could probably, and also the home portal, they could probably just hang a pearl and really easily just unhang it and go right back to their home portal as soon as they're done killing blazes.
Yeah.
I think Hama did that in the match earlier today, and it was a huge time save, so I would love to see one of these runners do that, but it doesn't look like either of them are going to.
Yeah, no, we've definitely been seeing a lot of pearl hangs coming out when runners don't have enough obby. We do see Lyso doing home portal calculated, as we mentioned here. But yeah, this portal is so close that there's not too much of a time save of doing a pro versus just boating back down to your portal.
Yeah, the only challenge will be that since this is in an ocean, it'll be harder for them to retrieve the eyes doing calculated, but I don't think it should be too much of a challenge. And I think Lysistrov got all of her rods very quickly. Like, are their rates on this seed really crazy?
They must be, yeah. I think the only reason why Antu is taking a little bit more time here in this fortress is because he got a little bit lower on hunger and did have to take a hunger reset, which takes a bit of extra time.
Yeah, that would make sense. But Lysistrov really did save a lot of time in this fortress, so she's significantly ahead now. She threw both eyes to do calculated, so she probably is going to be heading back into the Nether and then to the stronghold pretty soon. And I don't think either of her eyes popped, so she shouldn't have any struggles with a count.
Yeah. Yeah, and she's going to be heading back to the Nether here, heading over to her second portal cords. It looks like I'm actually looking in her inventory. She had 19 obby, which is kind of annoying. But like I said, on this seed, home portal isn't too bad. It's interesting. I think some runners maybe she ran out of gold, but some runners do sometimes choose to wait a little bit longer to see if they get one more obby trade. But
oh no.
Lysistrov taking a death. I think she got hit by a penguin right before her pearl loaded, and she ended up taking a mixture of pearl damage and piglin damage at the same time. That's really unfortunate.
The good news is because that terrain is so flat on the way to where she dies, she shouldn't have any issues getting back. But that was just tragic.
Yeah, she should be pretty easy to get back to where she was. Isn't even grabbing any resources, just running straight back, dropping her render to try and reduce those mob spawns from or mobs from hitting her. And yeah, her stuff's right there.
And meanwhile, Antu is doing his calculated. Oh my gosh, she's getting swarmed by piglins.
Oh my god,
that's kind of funny.
No, please.
Run, Lysa, run! Yeah. Also, alternatively, what she could have done to get that extra obby is I didn't see her loot any triple chests. So if she had just taken like the few seconds to just run up to the triple chests and loot them, there almost definitely would have been at least one obby in them. So I think that like if I were in her position, I would have probably done that.
I don't think there were any triple chests on this stables. I think I think there's just singles. So we did see Antu get one extra chest that she didn't up top. I don't remember if there was any obby or not.
If he's doing home portal calculated instead of regular calculated, there probably wasn't any obby in it, or at least he's still short some obby from 20.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And we see her portaling out and hitting that I Spy. Amazing.
Nice. This is a really nice time here for Lysa. We're only at 10 minutes RTA, and we are going to see her do some preemptive here, which is a really great play. Antu, on the other hand, just about running to his second portal cords, and hopefully he gets that I Spy as well.
Do you think... Did you see the explosive count for either of the runners?
I didn't, but Lyso is not stopping at that library there, so I assume that she has enough that she's comfortable. I'm not sure where Antu's at, but I would assume it's pretty much the same.
Yeah, you're probably right. I think her preemptive nav failed her a little bit here because the direction she went for the portal room was actually just 2 libraries. I think one of the issues with preemptive is that there can be other spawners that like mess with the reading, so it doesn't work 100% of the time.
And we do.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say that we do see. I don't see any mine shafts or anything around here, but a bunch of ravines and caves, which can often mean there's probably could be a zombie spawner or something nearby. Does find the portal room right here through this ravine, though.
So, not the fastest possible stronghold nav, but pretty clean. And I imagine we'll see her do a death reset here before going into the end, just so she has plenty of health.
And we do see Antu unfortunately did not hit the I Spy, is going to have to tower up and then throw some eyes and dig back down. So a bit of a time loss here for Antu, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and she did her death reset. I don't know if you caught this, but when she was trying to kill herself, she just lit herself on fire with flint and steel, but still had fire res, so she had to go back and use some pearls, and I thought that was a little funny.
Yeah, I did see that.
But she was successful, and it looks like it was a 1-eye, so she's just fine to head into the end.
Yeah, and we see our first end enter here for this match at about 12 minutes. So really nice time for Lysotroph.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, Antu is finishing, or he threw another eye, probably looking for a more accurate reading on where the stronghold is. And we might see him grab some extra beds from this village if he wants to be a little more comfortable, or maybe some food. Either way, I noticed him hang a pearl in the direction that his eye pointed, so he's probably going to wait around in this village to do something before unhanging the pearl.
Yeah, unfortunately, only pulling potatoes here from that village chest. I'm sure he was hoping for bread, but is going to at least be able to fill up his hunger bar and regain a little bit of health.
I mean, I don't know about you, but raw potatoes are actually my favorite Minecraft food. So,
Okay. Right. Yeah.
also my favorite IRL food.
Raw potatoes.
Yeah, they're really good with if you put some garlic powder on them, it's a
Wait,
great
are you
snack.
being serious right now?
No, no.
Okay, good. I was like, hold on, May. Do I need to cancel you for eating raw potatoes in real
I mean,
life?
you should still cancel me, but
Oh, okay. I'll start writing into it longer for you.
yeah, just right. May traumatized me by talking about eating raw potatoes with garlic powder.
Yeah.
I don't think this is someone we should allow in a position of power in the community.
Exactly. Yeah. And yeah, Lyso's still waiting on this perch. She did not pick up any arrows. Although actually I don't know if there was any in that bastion because we didn't have triple. So just waiting on this perch. Dragon is taking its time.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Antu has gotten into the stronghold and is navving. I think he actually went the right direction for the portal room and then headed back to starter, so we might see this nav take a bit of time here. And Lyso is getting her perch.
Yeah, it's interesting. The stronghold, I think the portal room is actually a little bit deep if you run it regularly. Lyso finishing off that dragon, very nice. But if you find that ravine, then it's actually really easy to find the portal room. But I think regular nav, it's a bit of a deep stronghold or portal room.
Mm-hmm. And now we're gonna see Pix playing some 1.7, which I'm excited for. Usually, what we've been seeing in the last few matches is that the 1.7, we have some throws, we have some scuffs, we have some whatever the hell 4 was doing in his match this morning. So hopefully we'll see Pix get a pretty clean run here. I think if anyone would get a really clean run, it's him. So I'm very excited.
Yeah, with pre-1.9, it's kind of one of those things where either your run goes smoothly and everything's fine, or something goes wrong, you take a death, or you don't get enough pearls, and all of a sudden your run time jumps from 22 minutes to 32 minutes. So, yeah. But Pix is a very solid runner, and should do well on this seed. We're going to see a temple here to start it off.
And Antu has entered the end and is just waiting on his perch. So we should see a fairly close finish for both 116 runners. And it looks like Pix has gotten plenty of diamonds, iron, and gold from this temple, so that's about as good as it gets. If I were a 1.7 runner, I'd be very happy with all of that.
Yeah, no, this is a great temple. Gonna be a great start. I didn't see what the terrain was like in terms of trees and food, but yeah, we'll have to see once he heads out of the temple.
Kind of a Shad Noah 3-4 bet from Antu.
Oh,
Exactly how you like to see runs finished out in this tournament, to be honest.
yeah, definitely. And we're gonna see Feedy getting started here. In one, I think, he runs 1-7 as well. I'm not 100% sure about that.
I mean, I think you're right. I've definitely seen, I think I've seen him play 1-7 in the past, but either way, I'm not expecting a throw from Fede either. I think we could see some pretty clean 1-7 runs coming out from both of these runners, which is obviously always what you like to see.
Yeah. This is definitely the version where the most times happen for teams. So I just always hope that it just goes well and cleanly and nothing too terrible happens for either runner.
Mhm. But as you said earlier, I think in 1-7, it either goes pretty smoothly or like something goes catastrophically wrong. And
Apparently we're robotic.
That's okay.
Be good again, chat.
Be good. I think we can just assume that we're good.
We're good.
We're
Okay. Great.
Yeah. It's either smooth or it goes catastrophically wrong. So hopefully we won't see any huge issues.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much a perfect way of putting it. Also, do you know, is it Feedy or Fedi or how do I pronounce it?
I'm honestly not sure. Okay, I think it's just FedEx.
Oh, FedEx. Oh, wait, that makes sense.
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm like 80% sure.
Okay. I'll go with that unless told other ways.
Okay. Yeah. Have you seen a lava pool yet?
I haven't actually. But I assume it's not too far out. I would assume it's probably over in that desert somewhere. So we probably won't see it until the runners are heading over because they'll hang out in this plains to get all of their food and leaves.
Mm-hmm. Getting some food, getting some flint. Okay, and there's the lava pool, I see. The only thing that might be a bit of a time loss in the seed is that the lava pool is kind of far away from the desert, so if they get a pretty late nether exit, they might not be able to build their tower until somewhat into the night. Do you think that might pose an issue for either of these runners?
Definitely could, and that is definitely a part of the, I guess, trouble with this seed is that things are a little bit more spread out in the overworld. The runners are having to run pretty far to get from one thing to the next. So hopefully that doesn't cause any problems for these runners. We actually see FedEx running over to this village, which Pix did not go to at all. So interesting play. I wonder if FedEx hasn't seen that lava pool that Pix entered on.
I think he might not have, because that was a pretty far run to the village, and he's already he would already be entering the nether kind of late. So I think unless he thought the lava pool was over there, he might not have run there. Except it looks like he's maybe heading back towards where the lava pool was. I'm not entirely sure.
I'm not sure either. Yeah. Interesting. I mean, like, he did get the carrots there, which are a lot quicker to collect than animal meat, but also don't give you nearly as much regeneration. So, yeah. Interesting difference in play.
Meanwhile, Pick's already at the blade spawner, and between his diamond sword and the gold pickaxe for mining at the spawner, I think this is going to be a pretty quick blaze fight. So we might even see him be able to finish building his tower before nightfall, which would be really quick.
Yeah, we see Pix's IGT timer is only at 6 minutes, and they do already have 3 rods, so we might see them choosing to push some cords before they start building their tower.
Mhm. Let's see. FedEx finally heading back towards the lava pool. It says GG in chat. I hope everything's good.
I don't know what could have gone wrong here for them. Does he not have flint? Wait, what is
No,
his?
I saw him get flint. He has a bucket. What are you looking for? Okay, I guess we'll see.
This
Anyways.
isn't like a horrible nether entry time. 5:30. It's a little bit on the slower side, but it's really not that slow at all.
Mhm.
He still has enough time to get blaze rods and stuff before
What
before
is this
nightfall.
portal?
What is happening?
He put the extra block on the wrong side. He needs to put another block, like, yeah, there he goes, on the left side of
There
the
you go.
portal. Okay, he's got it. Okay. That was a little monka, but I think he's got it figured out. I think he did definitely waste a little bit of time running over towards that village, because he didn't need that food. So I think he probably just didn't know where the lava pool was, but hopefully we'll be able to see him get all of his rods in the first day nether and not lose too much time.
It does look like he doesn't have blocks, so is gonna have to go back to the overworld to collect some blocks before jumping into
Oh
the
no.
lava pool.
No,
Oh
no, no.
no.
Please get your water. There's water over there. Run over there to the
Water, water,
okay.
water.
Okay,
Oh
water, water,
my.
water. You
Okay.
good?
Oh my god. That stressed me out a little bit.
Okay.
And we
I'm
do
also
see, yeah, so I guess that he needs block. Where is he? What is happening? I'm so lost.
Okay, I think he probably realized that he's not gonna have enough time to finish up first day nether and is choosing to build his tower instead and do second day nether. Meanwhile, Pix
Yeah.
has gotten all 7 of his rods and is out of the nether at around, looks like 8 or 9 minutes on his RTA. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I think I feel like FedEx is not playing his best here. I think that he's getting a little bit hesitant and overthinking things a little bit because he definitely had enough time to get to the nether and get at least even half of his blaze rods before nightfall. And kind of just doubted himself a little bit, spent a little bit of extra time making decisions and ended up losing time to that.
mhm. Oh my gosh, is he doing Cactus Tower?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's called, right?
I think so, yeah. That's I'm surprised to see it. We have seen a few runners doing some older towers in this tournament as as DMT. Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay.
I've seen some runners doing older towers in this tournament. Definitely, you can see how some runners haven't been playing this category as much in the past few months. Um, so kind of fun to see a little bit of a throwback to DMT. We are going to see Pix here doing OBT though.
I'm honestly really impressed by the pace that Pix is on because, he's starting his tower before nightfall, already has 7 rods, has all of the tower material, all of their beds. I think that was a really clean run coming out from Pix, and honestly, you just love to see the runners being really successful.
Yeah, no, Pix has been playing this seed very, very well. Is gonna be I think this is gonna be about 10:40 tower finish, so really good time for Pix.
Mhm. Let's see. I'm honestly having trouble reading their timer because of the colors, so I can't give like quite an accurate.
I
I
think it's
feel
at
like I can't give.
10:40 right now. For
Okay.
Pix, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, I see. Okay. Um, it's interesting that they're building the towers at almost the exact same time, except for the fact that Pix has already gotten all of their blaze rods, whereas FedEx still hasn't gotten any of theirs, I think. So I don't know. It's kind of like just looking at it, you might think they're on a similar pace, but it's really quite different.
Yeah. And even just a difference too in IGT because FedEx had a slightly later start. We do see him finishing tower 30 seconds before he can actually sleep. So I assume we're going to see him grinding some gravel here at the top. But yeah, this is what I mean. Like, I think, if he had maybe spent a little less time thinking, he could have definitely gotten some blaze rods before starting tower.
Definitely.
But, nerfs happen and all that kind of thing. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, when these runners make mistakes like this, it's not because they're not good at their version or even because they're not playing the seed well. It's just that, like, there are challenges that arise and unanticipated things that just kind of mess you up. And especially in a tournament, they're already going to be challenged mentally by the fact that they feel like they need to be on the top of their game, or they're letting themselves down and letting their teams down. So I think I really empathize with the runners who may spend a little too much time thinking or don't exactly make the right decisions in every situation, just because I know how much pressure it is to be in the tournament and under that stress,
Yeah, especially when you're working with a team and like you don't want to let your teammates down. And like, you're not just if you make mistakes, you're not just letting yourself down, you're letting your teammates down, and that can be a really hard thing to handle mentally sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. But looking back at the run, I think both runners have finished up their towers now, and are starting their Enderman hunting cycles. So hopefully we'll see them get all of their pearls pretty quickly.
Yeah. Pix's stream. Okay.
Okay,
I'm
we're
sorry.
good. We're
Pix's
good.
stream crashed for a sec, but we're good. Yeah, both runners starting to get those spawns. Pix getting a pretty good spawn to start there. I think that was 3 or 4. Yeah.
I think it'll be interesting actually here for me to see the differences between One Block Tower and DMT, just because since they finished their towers at almost the exact same time, like obviously there's going to be a little bit of a disparity in drop rates and Enderman spawns, but to me it's kind of like a side-by-side comparison of which tower is quicker, so I'm kind of excited to see that.
No, it definitely is. We can already see the differences coming up here. Obviously, FedEx, with DMT, spiders get killed by the cacti, so you do have more string. Whereas you do have to kill spiders manually in OBT. Uh-oh. Did did an Enderman place sand at the bottom of Pix's tower?
Uh-oh. That's not good. Or they just paused?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, that really
What are they
sucks
gonna
for Pix.
do? Okay, wait. I bet they're gonna like get some blocks, block clutch their way down, maybe? Or maybe like tools and dig. But that could set them back a significant amount of time if they have to like spend a lot of time fixing that. They might not be able to get all of their pearls in the first night, which could put FedEx back in the lead.
Yeah, we have been seeing more and more runners are choosing to place a button or a pressure plate at the bottom of their towers so that this issue doesn't happen, so that Enderman can't place sand blocks at the bottom. Or the other option runners will do is just dig a few extra blocks down, just to be extra safe. But yeah, it looks like Pix is going to try and drop down here with these dirt blocks, fix the sand at the bottom, and then continue their tower.
Mhm. Hopefully, if they get down pretty soon and fix it right away, they shouldn't have too much trouble with getting all of their pearls because of the heightened RNG in the mod. I think that they should be able to get them all in one night.
Yeah, it's only timer's only at 15 minutes. Only has 2 pearls, but hopefully I think they'll be able to get a couple extra pearls here before the end of the night. They do place a pressure plate here at the bottom this time, so hopefully that'll help with any issues. And we do see FedEx as well dropping down to check pearls, but doesn't have enough, and so is going to have to take a death here to reset back to the top.
I know Pix only had 2 pearls. Did you see how many FedEx had?
I didn't know. I was watching Pix's stream, so um yeah, I'm not sure. We'll have to wait until he goes down for another check.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that Pix got that situation resolved. Hopefully, hopefully there won't be any other issues like that. I think since they placed down the pressure plate at the bottom of their tower, that shouldn't happen again.
Hmm. Yeah, and yeah, we can see here the difference between OBT and DMT. FedEx is having to crouch and move around on his platform because without that one block that's there, Endermen don't pathfind directly into the hole. They pathfind right next to it, and you have to kind of move where you are to manipulate them so they will fall directly into the hole. Whereas OBT, they just go directly in.
Mhm. So something I was going to talk about earlier before Pix had his incident with the sand is that although the DMT gives you extra string from the spiders, I think in situations like this in this tournament, that's not really like useful because they already have so much wool from the temple that they don't really need the extra string. And
Um,
like
yeah,
they
yeah,
can
this.
use it for a bow, but it's
Mhm.
easy to get 3 string for a bow, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The string is pretty much mostly for bows. We don't really see runners crafting beds with string in this version because generally, it's a lot more efficient to get it from sheep. Um, if you are in a really unfortunate situation, you can't find sheep anywhere, it would work, but it's not very efficient to get it from spiders in this version.
Yeah. I think let's see. They've been Pix has been farming Enderman for about another minute since he fixed his tower. I wonder if either of them are approaching enough pearls to leave because they've FedEx has been farming for like 7 minutes, which is quite a bit of time, or six
Hmm.
minutes, I guess. And with the heightened RNG, maybe we're approaching enough pearls.
Uh-oh, Pig's having issues with this Enderman being stuck. I don't know what happened there. Unfortunately can't see how many pearls he has on that drop. But is taking a tower leave, has 14 pearls, so that's a good amount here for Pix. Gonna be towering up here, and it looks like FedEx is in the same boat,
With
towering up as
15.
well with 15. But unfortunately, as we know, FedEx does still have to go back to the Nether to get his rods.
Mhm. If FedEx had significantly more pearls than Pix, that might be a time save because he could use a few for pearl travel. But since he only has 15 instead of like 17 or something, I don't really think it's enough pearls that I'd consider pearl travel like a time save in this situation.
No, yeah. I think, we'll probably see him conserving all of his pearls in case of breaks and to travel around in the end.
Yeah, I agree with that. I hadn't even thought of the pearl he might want to use for the platform in the end, but you're absolutely right. I think it's smart to save a pearl for that, and then
Mm.
obviously you want 13 or 14 in case you get a break or two.
Yeah, so we should see FedEx heading to the Nether here. Pix is on his way over to the stronghold. Um, and
All
yeah,
things
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, all things considered, this has been a really clean run from Pix. What time do you think we might see them get here?
So it looks like their timer's at 20 minutes. So I would say sub 25 is totally possible here. Um, it kind of depends on how far this stronghold is, though. Um, it's hard to determine exactly how long it's going to be until we know the distance of that stronghold.
Also, considering that I haven't really seen them like farm a lot of flint yet, so they might have to spend some extra time in the portal room doing that. So that could also be a time loss.
Yeah. I think they maybe did a little bit during that Blaze fight. So hopefully they have some here. I did see them killing chickens, so they should have enough. I don't know what's happening to FedEx's TNT though. Oh, there we go.
It's,
Okay, now it works. It was like lighting on fire instead of lighting. That
I
was
think I've
strange.
had
Oh,
those issues before. I don't remember when, but I'm sure I have, you know?
yeah, and unfortunately, FedEx blew up the TNT where there was not very much ground and lost most of his blocks to falling into the lava. Oh, he's crouching while lighting. Okay, that's the problem.
I think FedEx chose to drop his pearls and maybe one or two other items in a chest, which I think is a really smart play for safety because it is definitely possible to take deaths in blaze fights in 1.7.
Mm.
And, you know, it's not too uncommon either. So just making sure you have that extra safety and you don't have to spend another night at a tower is a really good play in my opinion.
Yeah, no, definitely. Good to play it safe there. Yeah, we can definitely. Yeah, FedEx is playing things on the safer side in this match, which makes sense.
Mhm. Meanwhile, I think Pix is probably approaching the stronghold here. Yeah, actually, his eye goes straight back. So we could actually see a really quick time.
Hmm. Yeah, should see a dig down here shortly. Still has 12 eyes, so um, should be okay.
Mhm. Okay. FedEx has his first rod. I don't think he's at either of the spawners yet, though.
Yeah, just has gotten a couple of strays here. Um, does find the spawner right here, and should start farming those places.
Yeah, it's an open spawner, so this might be a bit more of a challenging blaze fight. So once again, I just really like the play of setting a safety chest with his pearls,
Hmm.
because then no matter what happens here, he won't have to spend another night in this tower.
And we do see a dig down here from Pix. Um, did have a break, so only has 11 eyes. I don't know if he got 7 rods or 6. Um, I'm hoping that they got 7,
It was
but
7,
we'll
I'm
see.
pretty
Okay, it was
sure.
7. Okay.
So hopefully no challenges with that.
Yeah, because
Getting
we
kind of
have.
low. Where's the portal room?
Uh-oh. Did they
Monka?
miss the chunk?
Yeah, maybe, because they're down to like 23, which is really low for the stronghold. Oops.
Gonna still keep digging, but yeah, all the way down at Y level 5. Gonna start towering back up here. Did miss the chunk, unfortunately, so is gonna have to re-triangulate or try and find it uh, with the pie chart.
Mhm. I think okay, I like this play. They're turning up the game volume, possibly to try to hear silverfish and know which direction to dig. I think that's really smart in a situation like this when you know you're like a chunk, maybe two away. Anything that will get you pointed in the right direction so you don't have to dig all the way back up is really smart in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely saves a bit of time if you can hear it instead of having to dig back up, rethrow, and then dig back down again.
Yeah, the only challenge is he doesn't know what Y level it's at. So just strip mining like this for the portal room is kind of difficult because it could be, you know, a few blocks up, a few blocks down, and then Pix wouldn't see it.
Hmm.
Looks like FedEx is almost done with this blaze fight. The bit rate's a little low, so I didn't see quite how many rods he has, but I don't think he's taken very much damage, and he's mined out a lot of the spawners, so he's in a pretty good situation.
Yeah. Does take some damage here, but should still have enough hearts to be okay. Um,
And looks
and
like Pix is choosing to tower back all the way up and do the triangulation on the surface instead of digging more for the portal room.
yeah, FedEx is out here on 7 rods, and so is gonna head back to the overworld and start triangulating to the stronghold.
Mhm. If Let's see. It looks like it was just a few chunks over because obviously that eye doesn't point directly towards where he dug down, but it's very near where the triangulation line was. So I think it wasn't like a big error. It was just a little bit off.
Yeah.
And FedEx entering, or sorry, exiting the Nether, so he should be able to start heading towards the stronghold with all 15 of his pearls. And I think the stronghold was actually pretty close. Like it wasn't. I mean, strongholds are closer in this version, but I think it was still like closer than average, maybe.
Yeah, no, it wasn't too far. So I mean, I think Pix's stream did it go down? I hope it's okay. But please, Pix,
Manga.
watch it just come back and then it like see the end credits.
No,
um,
actually, it's gonna be like 20 more seconds, and we're like, okay, so he was gone for like a minute. Technically, it's not impossible that he could have finished the game.
yeah, he just really likes looking at that eye. He's really contemplating everything about this eye. But yeah, no, Pix's miscalculation with that eye is a bit of a time loss that FedEx will benefit from to try and catch back up to Pix.
Absolutely. Uh, this is so funny. It's just looking at the eye.
Yeah, I mean it's just really beautiful. This landscape, with the acacia trees in the back. It's the little cows in the corner. Like, just he's doing a painting while he mid match.
I know. This is what pause abuse is really for.
Hmm.
Just stopping, appreciating Minecraft, and then continuing your run, you know?
Yeah, enjoy the scenery. But yeah, FedEx is on his way to this stronghold as well, running through this desert. Um, uh, should be digging down not too far from now. I think, yeah, kind of just through this plains.
Okay, Pixel's stream is down. Hopefully
Um,
they will be able to come back soon.
yeah, I know
Um,
that sometimes their internet is a little sketchy, so.
if it becomes an issue, we can make it so, or we can check what time their stream went down and then just subtract the time their stream was down from the RTA. So,
And
we'll
yeah,
figure it out.
yeah, and most runners are usually recording on the side too, so um, if they are still playing.
Mhm. Okay, well, in the meantime, let's take a look at FedEx. It looks like he is almost towards a stronghold because he's in this plains biome, probably the same one as Pix, and has been mining out the gravel with his diamond shovel while he's going, which I think is a smart play.
Yeah, trying to make sure avoid every pre-19's runner's least favorite thing, which is grinding gravel in the portal room.
And the eye goes back for FedEx. So this is actually a bit of a catch up here. That dig down actually cost a lot of time for Pix. Obviously he's lost a little time to this whole internet situation, but we will figure it out. Um,
Oh, apparently Pigs just finished. It's kind of exactly what we said. He surely everything is good, right? Surely no cheating. But
Surely. Okay,
apparently
29,
29,
23.
23. Um,
Okay.
and so we should see Doug getting started here in just a moment.
I imagine as we've been seeing plenty of in 114, it's just gonna be another dark oak. See, yes, looks like it. But this one is on an ocean, so we might see some shipwreck materials coming into play. Maybe some ocean travel later in the run. So it's kind of an exciting thing to see right off the bat in 114.
Yeah. It would be fun to see a little bit of a mixture of classic and ocean strats coming together. Be kind of fun. And we do see FedEx here in this portal room. It does appear to be a one eye, and yeah, we should see an end here pretty shortly.
And Doug digging directly into iron instead of stone. That's kind of funny because it's only like 3 blocks down, so I don't think that's very common.
No.
And okay, FedEx got the portal opened. Probably just gonna mine out a little more gravel here before entering the end.
Yeah, it seems like FedEx is wanting to play it pretty safe and have a lot of arrows here to be extra secure, not have any issues with running out of arrows, and is going to do a safety bet as well.
Doug has gotten all of his stone tools and heading towards this temple and village. Let's see, do we see a blacksmith? No, but I do see houses inside the temple, so that's a little funny.
Oh no, we a little bit of scuff here with this village. That's one funny thing about Minecraft is no matter what, villages override literally everything. It's kind of funny. And yeah, we should see an entry here from FedEx, just finishing up crafting all of his beds. Arrows, has 36 arrows, and plenty of beds. Yeah, gonna be jumping into the portal here. Why is there a cow?
There's a cow in the end?
Yeah. Huh?
What?
What?
Huh?
Did something happen with the world
It's probably yeah. It was probably something the seed tester did, or seed finder, whoever made the world file. As we've seen some funny world files in 1.7. We've seen the sus lava pool. We've seen animals with names. We've seen rainbow wool. We've seen lots of fun stuff. So I'm not too surprised.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. FedEx getting hit by the dragon there didn't hotkey to his bucket in time, but didn't get thrown up too far into the air. So, is gonna still have enough health. Has plenty of food here. So, yeah, and we're gonna see another entry here from Doug on the other side in 114.
The only thing that might be a bit of a challenge on this 114 seed is the Dark Oak Forest is a little bit like the proximity to the village isn't amazing because you kind of have to run around that mountain, and it didn't look like it was the biggest Dark Oak Forest ever, so we might see the runners lose a little bit of time to that, but it shouldn't be enough to pose any serious difficulties. But this nether looks kind of unpleasant right off the bat.
Yeah, gonna have to see some bridging over to this fortress.
The good news is on FedEx's side, we didn't get to see Pix play the end, but it looks pretty nice. There don't seem to be too many towers, and they're not super tall either. So hopefully, like, this end fight won't be too challenging for FedEx.
Yeah, no, this is a really nice end island for FedEx. Yeah, like you said, very few towers. So very nice. One thing we don't see from FedEx is not very much arrow debating for this dragon. And misses that bed, unfortunately. So missing a little bit of time on perches there with that. Or purchase charges, sorry.
And there gets a wow, that was a great bed hit. Yeah, it did like a lot of damage.
Yeah, no, that was a really nice bed.
Looks like Doug has found the spawner. doesn't have a shield, and there's lots of strays
Oh
here.
no.
Oh
Is Doug gonna
no.
take a death here?
Oh
I think
no.
he is.
No, okay, we're good.
Oh my
For
god,
now.
just barely
That was so
surviving on
close.
half a heart. Holy.
But this is not what you want to see in a nether. Because by staying close to this spawner, he's still activating it. So while he's
Oh
killing all these
no.
strays, more are gonna be spawning, and it's just not a good situation.
Yeah, gets hit again, but is still on enough hearts. Yeah, definitely the more you hang out and wait to regen, the more blazes spawn and the more dank it gets.
Okay. Doug choosing to run back in, just go for it. Probably the smart play. Placing some blocks there for extra cover and handling it really well, I think, all considered. And it doesn't look like these blaze rates are good, even slight good. So,
Yeah, I think
really
he still only is on one rod, unfortunately.
I think he has to get 8 because there was not a brewing stand in the village. Oh my goodness, FedEx just got launched.
Oh, yeah, I totally missed that. But okay, does get a really nice bed there. Dragon almost dead. Just needs one more bed here to finish it off. Looking like maybe getting a charge here. Oh no.
Yeah, these rod rates are abysmal. My god. He's only 2 or 3, I think, and he's been here for several minutes. 3 rods killed like at least 10 blazes.
Yeah, hopefully these rates will pick up here in just a moment. And oh my god, getting hit again. Yeah, Doug is definitely having some trouble with this blaze fight, but hasn't taken any deaths, knock on wood, so that's really good. And FedEx finishing off the dragon with one last bed at a time of 37 minutes. So we're gonna see Daffrate getting started here.
Exciting. Loading into the same seed. Just always good that the runners are playing on the same seed. I think Doug did some Blaze TNT here on the spawner, which I think is theoretically a good play, but since he's already struggling with these blazes a fair amount, it might not have been the best choice. Because it opening up that spawner will cause more and faster spawns that could be really challenging to deal with without a shield.
Um, but yeah, we did see, I think there was like 12 extra gunpowder in the temple, so makes sense that he chose to make that play here because they do have some extra TNT.
And once again, handling it really well, even though this is a very challenging blaze fight. Oh my gosh, rod rates are so bad that the stone axe broke. But
No.
maybe he's getting to leave here, which is nice.
Yeah, it looks like he is out here grinding some gravel on his way back to his portal. I don't know how many rods he has. He hasn't opened in his inventory, but I assume he has enough.
Probably either 7 or 8. Because I do think they had to make the brewing stand, but with Ninja Bot or Ninja Brain Bot, whatever you want to call it, they don't really need to throw more than 2 or 3 eyes, so leaving on only 12 blaze powder is a bit of a more viable play now than it was in like Relay 1.
Although I do think most runners are trying their best to leave on 7 or 8 because, yeah, losing to 9 break is definitely not something you want to happen.
Absolutely not. And Duffray just killing the golem and routing the village. I'm not sure exactly where the lava pool was in relation to the village, so hopefully Duffray will be able to find it just fine.
Yeah, it looks like it's just past the village, so not too far out.
Okay, Doug heading into the Dark Forest. This forest looks like it's really flat, which is nice because you'll have to run over less terrain while you're doing the explosions, which is always nice. Doug has only 8 TNT, but should be able to make 1 or 2 more, hopefully. If not, he might struggle a little bit with getting all of the wood he needs.
Yeah, hopefully, I don't think he's crafted any extra TNT yet. And like I said, there was 12 gunpowder in the temple, so it's just a matter of crafting more of it. I do like that Doug is kind of taking the play. We'll see. Sometimes runners will blow up and then blow up like 2 TNT, go pick up their stuff and keep going. Whereas Doug is just blowing everything up all at once and then is going to go back and pick everything up on his way back to the village.
I think that can be good. The only pitfall is if you don't have a lot of TNT and then you don't remember where you exploded one or two of them, or you just don't pick it up on your way back, you could just like accidentally miss one or two TNTs worth of wood, which is the difference between getting like 16 pearls and like 8 pearls. So that's the only kind of challenge for that method. And I know I've definitely had it before where I tried to do that in a run and then forgot where all of my explosions were and left on like 4 stacks of wood.
Yeah, that would definitely not be something you want to happen. I feel like if I ever start running this category, that would be probably something I would do because I have a really bad sense of direction in Minecraft.
Same.
In real life, it's great. I have a great sense of direction. In Minecraft, horrible.
See, I'm horrible in both, so I can't really like, I don't know. There's just no redemption for my sense of direction.
Doug getting a witch there, that's a little bit frustrating to deal with. And Dafraid is just finishing up his overworld crafting and then is going to be heading into the Nether.
I thought Doug was going to be digging down for stone for a brewing stand, but it looks like he was just making another axe. He does need a brewing stand at some point, so it'd probably be worthwhile to get the stone while he's down here, but I don't really hold it against him for not doing that, because it probably just isn't on his mind, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably a little more preoccupied by the fact that he almost died because of that witch.
Yeah. But when he did open his inventory, I saw that he has 8 rods, so he should have no challenges with eye breaks whatsoever.
Knock on wood.
Fingers crossed. Unless there's like, for some reason, 5 for 5 eye breaks or something.
Or he throws like 10 eyes.
Mm-hmm.
But then that's just his fault.
Just use calculator like a normal person. Jesus, Doug.
And yeah, we're gonna see Doug heading back to the village here, gonna get started on his trades. Did not craft the extra TNT, I don't think. Yeah, no, still has that gunpowder in his inventory, so
But he does have 13 gold, so he definitely doesn't need any extra wood.
Oh, okay, yeah. I didn't see that gold there.
Just want to point out that Doug is starting trading at around 14 minutes here, which, you know, it obviously isn't a bad time, but it's not like exactly what you want in a classic seed like this. The gold will definitely save him some time in his trades, but he won't get like the very fastest possible village leave.
Right.
And meanwhile, Dufraid getting into the fortress at about 6:30, which once again isn't quite as fast as you'd want to see. He might even not be able to get to the Dark Oak Forest before he has to sleep.
Yeah. At about 7 minutes on their timer in this fortress and has not found the spawner yet. And as we know from Doug, not the best drop rates, so gonna be spending a little bit of time in this Nether.
Gosh, if I were a runner playing on those blaze drop rates, I would be very unhappy. Not like unhappy with the organizers, but just like just sitting there and being like, why am I doing this? Like, why am I experiencing this? You know?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and
It's like he's setting his cleric up. And Death Raid has found the spawner, so that's nice.
It's taking some damage here. Daffray did choose to craft a shield, so hopefully that helps him out a little bit, though he is taking some fire damage right now.
I think if you don't feel super confident with your blaze fight in this version, crafting a shield is probably the smart play, especially knowing what we know about the rot rates. It's just like having that extra security and not needing to worry about like an overloaded spawner killing you is really nice.
Yeah. Doug here picking up some beds while waiting for restock, I believe, or for a level up.
Mm-hmm. Already at 16 minutes, so once again, not going to be getting the greatest village leave of all time, but you can't really hold it against him.
No, it's still, a fairly clean run. Otherwise,
I think it was just the Dark Oak Forest proximity that was challenging, which I kind of predicted from the beginning. So,
yeah, between that, the drop rates, and that witch, kind of losing some time, is getting his first 7 pearls here.
I'm gonna be able to get plenty more.
And we do see
some arrows too, so that's great.
And yeah, I think a village leave here from Doug. So good, very good trading split here for Doug. Played everything pretty well.
Looks like he's using a calculator too, so he should only have to throw 2 or 3 eyes for this entire run, which is always nice.
And yeah, Daffarade feeling the effects of these drop rates, getting but is handling these blaze spawns a little bit better with the use of this shield, not having such a kind of overwhelming number of blazes spawning all at once on top of each other. So yeah, playing this blaze fight very well.
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder what kind of stronghold travel we're gonna see, because obviously the eye went from the ocean, but there could be another ocean. We could have an ocean with a stronghold. We could see him hit some mountains. So, do you have any predictions?
I mean, looking ahead at this terrain here, it does look. I don't think we're gonna see much ocean here. I mean, I could be wrong, but it kind of looks like this terrain is gonna keep going up like this. But, it's nice terrain. It's desert. There is a few hills, but you can kind of run around them here. So, for non-ocean travel, it's pretty solid.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's always really nice to be able to triangulate in a desert, because you don't have to worry about your eye, like, going into a tree or something. I guess with calculator, he's probably not going to be throwing too many more eyes, or like not going to be actually triangulating with eyes, but it's still going to be nice to have this kind of like flat-ish, kind of lower terrain, so dig down shouldn't be too long either.
Yeah. This is a huge desert. Like, it just keeps going. I keep thinking it's gonna end, and then it doesn't.
I kind of want him to throw another eye just so we could get his exact chords here, Come on, Doug. Throw another eye.
We are seeing another leave here from Dafraid, heading back to the overworld at about 11 minutes. So is gonna have to pretty much sleep as soon as he gets to the overworld, and then start blowing up logs.
Knowing what we know about the seed, I actually wouldn't sleep immediately. I'd do 1 or 2 explosions first, just because the proximity between the Dark Oak Forest and the village is kind of bad, and the Dark Oak Forest is also kind of like not the greatest. So giving yourself that little extra time to blow up a few trees before you sleep is nice, so you don't have to worry about possibly missing the trading window the next day.
Right. Yeah, because I guess when your Dark Oak's a little bit further away, you can not worry as much about mobs coming and killing all your villagers. Yeah, we also see Defraid using gravel to pillar up his TNT, which is a nice little task overlap. Um,
Yeah,
getting
I always like to do that in my runs, so I like that he's doing it. And it looks like Doug's Eye seriously changed directions here, so he's probably approaching Stronghold.
Yeah, does get a break there. But as we saw, has 7 rods, so should be fine. Finally finding the end of this desert. That was a huge desert.
Yeah, that was kind of like a weirdly large desert. Like I'm kind of surprised by it, to be honest with you.
No, same. Is Oh, okay, so Doug finding the stronghold chunk right here. I'm gonna be digging down right next to this cave. Um, and yeah, getting down to the end here of this match. It's looking very good for Team Zatch, that's for sure.
Yeah. However, I don't think Doug was able to get double bucket. I could be wrong about that. But if he has to do like just waterlogged slab or something, that could be a bit of a more scuffed one cycle. But I
Oh,
think
he does have double bucket. Yeah.
oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
No, remember to fill up your lava? Did he already fill
He
it
already
up?
has lava. Yeah, he's
Okay,
good.
good. Okay.
Yeah. Um,
I've definitely made that mistake more than once where I do have double bucket, but then I either forget my lava or forget my water and I just get into the end and I'm like, are you kidding me?
mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
why did I do that?
You know, that definitely is it's very frustrating. Um, but yeah, did remember to fill up that lava. That's the good thing about these having your teammates there to remind you. I've been in the ref VCs and um I'll hear the 115 runner be like, "Whatever you do, don't let me forget lava."
Hmm. I like that Doug is shooting down some towers here, but I think it's just about time for him to go towards an end of the island and wait because at a certain point, like if you're shooting down towers, instead of waiting for your perch, you're kind of just forcing the dragon to fireball you instead of potentially reaching that perch node, which I
Mhm.
think is not the smartest, but I think he got the right balance of like shot down towers and time spent waiting on a perch. So I'm happy with this end fight.
Yeah. Didn't do any automat half bow, which makes me sad, but still yeah, not going like despite being doing ground half bow, getting most of those shots and like you said, getting out of there um with decent time, so yeah.
And Stafford looks like he's done most or all of his explosions, heading towards the village at 16 minutes, and I believe he slept around 12 or 12:30. So he has missed some of the trading window, but I don't think it's enough that he won't be able to finish his trades.
Yeah, it is definitely like a, cutting it a little bit closer than you'd like to see, but still, yeah, still should have plenty of time, as long as these villagers don't be silly. um
Mhm.
Doug still waiting on this purge. Oh my god, this dragon is being a bit annoying.
Yeah, I mean, with I think he shot down like 6 or 7 towers, so you'd think that it would perch faster than this. Right, dragon? Come on.
Right.
Right? Okay, and it's flying back towards him.
Nice.
Lovely. The nice thing about this village that I noticed is that there's a lot of villagers, so you can get your double Fletcher and your cleric all in really good proximity, which will probably that's a time save compared to when you have like 2 villagers and they're on opposite ends of the village. Okay, and it looks like Doug is he gonna miss it? Okay.
Oh, just barely
Oof,
makes
that
it.
was
Has
really
to
close.
do an extra kind of safety bed there to make sure that the dragon doesn't get too low. But finishes it off.
Yeah.
Very nice. And so this is going to be a win for Team Zatch.
Congrats to Team Zatch, and this is an upper bracket match, so Mate Gang will have another opportunity in the lower bracket. And hopefully we'll get these runners in for a post-show interview. Congratulations to both teams, GG's.
Yeah, no, very, very strong teams, well played by both of them. And yeah, hopefully we'll get to speak to them in just a moment.
Pausing.
Manning,
Pausing.
sitting.
Okay. We have some runners. We have runners in the waiting room. Let's go. Hello, Team Zatch.
Hello.
Congratulations.
Hello.
How are you
Thank you.
feeling?
I thought we lost for sure.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
No, you guys played very well. I mean, you know, I think they were just on the slower end of seeds, but yeah, you guys all played them pretty well. Hopefully, we'll get Maid Gang in here as well. I think we're just waiting for them to speak to their ref.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, they're joining waiting room.
Okay,
Wonderful.
perfect.
Hey, welcome, Mate Gang.
Hello, hello.
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 Just to start off this little post-show interview, how did you guys feel about the 116 seed?
It was alright. Stronghold was a bit of, like, confusing, but
Mm.
it was pretty alright. I was
And
hoping not to see an unstable Bastion, but whatever.
Mhm. And Lysoturf says it felt fine. I couldn't find the boat for a minute. Yeah, I remember seeing that at the beginning, but you know, these tournament seats are always quite linear, so I kind of knew that if you just ran around the island a little bit more, you'd be fine, and that was the case. So I'm glad that seed was pretty good for you guys. What about 1.7? What did you guys think?
Oh, pretty good seed. Pretty
Yeah.
good seed. I
It
really
was a
like
pretty
that
good
one.
seed.
Mhm.
I had trouble with an Enderman placing sand at the bottom of my tower.
No.
I lost like 2 minutes to that. And then I decided.
Oh.
But I managed to get all my pearls and recover. But it
Nice.
was really scary.
Yeah, the stronghold was like pretty easy to find, and the terrain was too good.
Hmm.
yeah, Pix, how did your end fight go? Unfortunately, your stream went down, so we didn't get to see any of your end fight. So, do you want to walk us through how it was?
I thought you'd see like flashes of it at least.
No.
It was a
Sadly.
cave spawn, and then I had no pearl, right? I mean, I had a pearl, so I didn't get to use it. And then what I did was I mined up out of the cave, you see.
Wow.
And then
That's crazy.
it was like
Oh my god, I did the same.
it was like a 2 or
Wow.
3.
What are the
Wow,
Holy
odds?
shit, dude.
It was like a 2 or 3
Mining
minute
out.
end fight.
we have so much in common, Vic.
Did you also jump through an end portal?
Yeah.
No.
Kill the dragon, Pix? Did you do it?
No.
I think I entered around 26 and I finished 29, 23. Or maybe I
Nice.
entered at 27, I don't remember.
Okay, well, 114 runners. What did you think of your seed?
I don't know. The stronghold was so complicated.
Mhm.
I think I one-shotted the nav.
No,
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't
you
get to the stronghold.
You didn't reach the stronghold.
Oh.
They stopped me at trading.
I lost like a minute to a witch poisoning me in the middle of the forest.
What?
Hey, well, that was a great match. It was really nice to see all of you guys play, and once again, congratulations to Team Zatch and Mate Gang. Good luck in the lower bracket.
Yeah,
Thanks.
sorry. I want to say thank you to all Team Satch to be so kindful with me and with my issues on the schedule. So thank you for that.
Oh, yeah. No problem.
And yeah, we will see both runners or both teams again. Team Zatch moving forward in the winners bracket. Team Mate Gang gonna be seen again in the losers bracket. And we do still have one more match for this weekend. So come back for that one. That's going to be tomorrow, the 27th at 7 p.m. UTC. It's going to be Team Throwaway Joke, which is Multiporal, Deacon, and Max, versus Team Fisherman, which is Crooks, Taffel, and Axeroth. So that should be a very fun and exciting match. Please make sure to come back for that one. Like I said, 7 p.m. Tomorrow. And we are going to send you guys over to Mackie. So go say hi to him for us. And yeah, once again, congratulations, both teams. Thank you, May, for commentating with me. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you, Nat. It's always a lot of fun. And thanks everyone for watching. See you later.